Once you find your seat, just wriggle around, see if you can lean forward, connect to your sitting bones, and wriggle a little more length into your spine. Maybe circle your shoulders up towards your ears and then down onto your back. Do that a couple of times. And then just settle into your seat. You're welcome to close down your eyes or take a soft gaze. And start to direct the flow of your breath in and out through your nose. And just simply arrive here on your mat and in your body. With each exhale, sense the weight of your body dropping down into your hips and your legs. And with each inhale, sense a lift through the top of your head and your heart. Each exhale connecting you to the ground below you. Each inhale connecting you to the sky above you. And each breath flowing naturally through you. And as we initiate this yoga practice today, notice where you're starting from, how you feel in your body. Notice what's on your mind. Notice the state of your heart and what you're feeling, the emotional tone of your day, of this moment. Each time we step onto our yoga mats, it's different. And so we take this little pause of awareness to check in with ourselves compassionately. And we use this as a guide for the rest of our practice. If you would like to set an intention for your practice today, this would be a good time to do that. Perhaps you want to cultivate peace of mind or open-heartedness or self-care. Those are just a few suggestions. But what would you like to bring into your yoga practice today? And maybe you're not sure, that's also okay. As long as you're inviting an openness to whatever unfolds on your mat. If you'd like to join me, connect your palms together in front of your heart to seal in that intention or that simple openness to whatever unfolds. And then as you're ready, you can blink your eyes open. If they were closed, release your hands and inhale, stretch your arms up and overhead. Clasp your left wrist with your right hand and lengthen through your spine. Inhale. And exhale, lean over to the right. If you need a little more support, like if this pulls your lower back, place your right hand down on the floor. Holding your wrist encourages a little more engagement through the core. So draw your navel in and up. Keep your left sitting bone rooted. And then inhale, come up through the center, change sides. Clasp your right wrist. And exhale, lean over to the left. Same thing, you can always plant your left hand down for more support. Good, inhale, come up. Change the clasp of your wrist, hold your left wrist, lean over. And now this time, option to look under your left arm and start to spiral your gaze and your chest skywards. Good. And now release your right hand, deepen into the stretch, perhaps even lowering onto your right forearm. Good. And then inhale, come up. Keep your right fingertips on the floor. Place your left hand to your right side of your head and drop left ear towards left shoulder, stretching out through the right side of your neck. And if you remember from when we've done this stretch before, you don't need to pull on your head. Just let the weight of your hand and gravity support you in the stretch. And then release. Circle your shoulders out. And take your hands to your knees and we'll just counter stretch. Round your back, drop your chin to your chest. And roll your shoulders back, reach your heart forward. And do that twice more, just like a seated cat's breath. Come back through the center. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Clasp your right wrist, lengthen. And exhale, lean over to the left. For more sensations, start to spiral your gaze under your right arm, chest skywards. Inhale. And exhale, release your left hand down, deep in the stretch. Option to lower to your left forearm. Good. And then come up, keep your left fingertips on the mat. Place your right hand to your left side of your head and drop your right ear towards your right shoulder, stretching out through the left side of your neck without forcing. Complete your exhale and release. Place your hands to your knees, round your back, exhale. Seated cat's breath, inhale, reach forward. Once more. Good, and then come into a neutral spine, interlace your hands behind your back and puff up through your chest, come into a little back bend. Inhale deeply and exhale, sweep your hands forward, fold forward. You can stay on your hands, your forearms, or come all the way down. Just take a couple of breaths there, stretching out through your lower back, your hips. And then inhale, come up to seated. If you're sitting on anything, get it out of the way and turn to face the front of your mat. Take your feet out in front of you. Have your feet about hips distance apart. Place your hands to your shins. And now turn your toes out to the sides. Pull on your shins, reach your chest forward. So another version of cat's breath. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, turn your toes in, round your back, drop your chin to your chest. And with your breath, inhale, pull forward. And exhale, round and stretch. Once more like that. Good. This time, as you come forward, keep your chest lifted. Just turn your toes to face straight forward. Reach your hands forward. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, slowly lower one vertebrae at a time towards your lower back and your middle back. Keep your shoulders lifted. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, come up. And exhale, lower one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, hovering. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach through your fingertips. Exhale, lower, part way down. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. And exhale, lower, part way. Just a couple more like this. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, fingertips stretch. Exhale, lower. This time, hovering here, take an inhale, and exhale, lift part way. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. We're going to do a quicker breath, so it's like a two more. And lower all the way down, reach your arms overhead. And extend your feet, toes skyward, circle out your ankles or point and flex your feet. Good, bend your knees, plant your feet. Reach your hands forward, curl just part way. And now we're gonna do that side to side. So tap your left fingertips to your outer left knee, and then tap your right fingertips to your outer right knee. And then quicker pace. Last two. And release down. Stretch your arms overhead, your toes skywards, and again, circle out your ankles and your wrists. Good. And now bend your knees, plant your feet. Extend your right leg skywards. Interlace your hands behind your head. Lift your shoulders, and now lower your right leg to hover, heel above the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So you can stay with your left foot as it is for support. For more sensation, extend your left toe skywards. Exhale, lower your right leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Two more. Good, and then lower everything down, bend your knees. Take a breath through your nose, inflate your whole belly, and exhale, maybe let out a sigh through your mouth. Extend your left leg straight, toes towards the sky, lift your shoulders, lower your left leg to hover, and inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, inhale, lift. Same thing, you can stay with that, or for more sensation, reach your right toes up and keep your right leg lifted as you lift and lower your left leg. Good, last one. And release. Lower down. Separate your feet wider than your hips and let your knees windshield wiper side to side. Okay, we're gonna add a twist. So straighten your legs, toes skywards, interlace your hands behind your head. Lift your shoulders, and now bend your left knee towards your right elbow. This is easier with your right leg as it is. More challenge is to lower your right heel to hover. Good, inhale, straighten both legs up. And we'll change sides. Bend your right knee towards your left elbow. This is easier. More challenging is to lower your left heel to hover. And now with your breath, inhale through the center, legs straighten. Exhale, bend and twist, opposite elbow to knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, twist. Move with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Two more each side. And come back through the center. And exhale, lower down. Again, windshield wiper your knees. Stretching out through your outer hips and your lower back. Good. Next time you lower your knees to the right, pause there. And for more sensation, you can hook your right ankle above your left knee and turn your gaze to the left. Deep outer hip and hip flexor stretch. Should feel really good after all of that core. And then release. If your right foot is hooked, release it to the mat, lift your knees, change sides, lower your knees to the left. Option to hook left ankle above your right knee, turn your gaze to the right. Deepen your breath. Good, release that. Hug your knees into your chest, hold the backs of your thighs and rock forward and back. And then come up to seated, bring your feet together, knees wide, Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. You can hug your heels in a little closer. Lean forward, rock side to side, see if you can get your sitting bones back behind you. You can also sit on something. And start by bringing your hands behind you for a moment. Tent to your fingertips. Press your fingertips down, your thighs down as you lift up through your sternum. Good. And now here, place your right hand to your right thigh. Press your thigh away. Stretching, a little assisted stretch. And then try that on the other side. Plant your right fingertips, place left hand to left thigh. Press your thigh away. Come back through the center. Stay high or take hold of your feet and fold forward. Complete your exhale. Inhale, come up. Bring your knees together. We're going to rock back onto our back, forward and up. Okay, we're going to come into a squat. So plant your feet together, knees wide, reach forward. See if you can rock forward and then rock back. Do that a couple of times so you get the hang of it. And then we're going to come all the way up into sit-toe squat. So feet are together, knees are touching. That's going to help with balance. You can also have your fingertips down. So try it again. Rock back, separate your knees to create space, roll back. Rock up, reach between your knees, come up. Try it one more time. Good. This time, we'll pause. It's a little easier to balance is bringing your hands at your heart. A little more challenging is arms overhead. Take an inhale. And exhale, lower your hands, straighten your legs. Separate your feet as wide as your mat, but parallel, and just come into an open forward fold. Knees can be soft. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. And exhale, fold. For more sensation, you can take your hands to the backs of your calves or your ankles and wrap your arms in towards your legs. And gently tugging yourself further into the forward fold. Let your head just drop. Good. Release your hands and step back to your hands and your knees. From here, make sure your wrists are directly under your shoulders. Spread your fingers. Reach your right leg long. Lift it up and then crisscross your legs. See if you can look over your left shoulder towards your right toes. And then come back to the center. Inhale. Lift your gaze, lift your right toes even higher. And exhale, pull your knee towards your nose. We'll do that again. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Take it across. Look to the left. Inhale through the center, find a little back bend. Exhale, pull knee to nose. And inhale, straighten. This time, take your leg across and lower your toes all the way down. You can rock forward and back, stretching it out. And then lower your right knee outside of your left knee. So you have your legs crisscross. And we'll take cat's breath here. Inhale, look forward, lift your tailbone. And exhale, round and stretch. Once more. And then come to neutral. Uncross your legs. Sit back on your heels. Or take child's pose, whichever you prefer. Just take a breath. Good. From here, let's transition back to hands and knees. Extend your left leg long behind you. Crisscross your legs. Take your left toes to the right. Look over your right shoulder. And then come back to the center. Lift your left leg high. Inhale. Exhale, pull knee to nose and round. Feel it again. Inhale, reach. Take it across. Exhale. Inhale, lift your leg. And exhale, pull knee to nose. Once more with your breath. This time, as you take your leg across, tap your left toes down and just shift your weight forward and back. I'm gonna lower your left knee down. Take cat's breath. Inhale, arc. And exhale, press into your hands, stretch your back. Once more. And come to neutral. Uncross your legs. Separate your knees wide. And rest heels, forehead down, wide knee, child's pose. And complete your exhale. And inhale forward to hands and knees. Tuck your toes, press back, downward facing dog. So take some time to move around in your downward dog. Pedal your feet, stretch your legs. Breathe deeply. And start to settle into a steadiness in downward dog. Remember, you can always have your knees bent. Complete your exhale. And inhale, round forward into plank pose. Okay, you can always lower your knees down. We're gonna do a little bit of core here. Pull your right knee towards your right tricep and step back. Left knee to left tricep, step back. Right knee to left tricep, crisscross, step back. Left knee across, step back. Same pattern. Right knee, right tricep, plank. Left knee, left tricep, plank. Right knee across, plank. Left knee across, plank. Once more. Do the whole cycle. And then send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Lower your knees down, puppy dog pose. Keep your hips stacked over your knees. Walk your hands forward, rest either your forehead or your chin down. Complete your exhale. And slide forward to your belly. And take your hands under your shoulders. And inhale, lift up, cobra pose. Keep your elbows bent, glide your shoulders away from your ears. And exhale, lower. Coming into that favorite shoulder stretch. Take your right arm out to the side, palm facing down. Bend your left knee and roll to your outer right hip. Step your left foot behind you. You can stabilize with your left fingertips, stacking your left elbow directly over your wrist. And now you know the stages of this pose, so you can stay here. You can also bend your right knee and plant both feet. And then you could spin your right palm to face up and take your left hand back behind you to clasp. Find the position where your breath is full, where you definitely feel some sensation, but you could crack a smile if you need to, or at least a half smile. And then straighten your right leg, straighten your left leg, and roll back to your belly. We've got side two. Start with your hands under your shoulders, and then take your left arm to the side, palm down. Bend your right knee, and roll to your left side, stepping your right foot behind you. Create that stability with your right elbow stacked over your wrist. And then work the stages on this side. It might not look exactly the same. You could bend both knees and plant both feet. You could spin your left palm to face up and take your right arm up and back behind you to interlace your hands. And complete your exhale and come out of the pose. Slide your hands under your shoulders. Press back, tuck your toes, active child's pose. And then come up to standing on your knees. Camel pose prep. Untuck your toes. See that your knees are stacked directly under your hips. Bring your hands to your sacrum. Your fingertips can face down, or a little more of a challenge is fingertips face up. Press your hips forward as you puff up through your chest, curl back. Breathe here or release your hands to your heels. Take one more breath. And then on your next inhale, come up and sit back on your heels. And pause with your hands resting on your thighs or hands to your heart. And then the next breath or so, please transition to a downward facing dog. This is turning into a mellow practice, I promise. We started with some heat with the core, and now I'm feeling like maybe we'll shift into some hip opening. We did the shoulder opening, neck stretches. Setting up for pigeon pose. Inhale, lift your right leg, bend your knee, open your hip. You're welcome to circle out through your knee, your hip, your ankle. Just move in a way that feels good through your right leg. And on your next exhale, pull your knee towards your right tricep, take your foot to the left. Slide your left leg long for pigeon. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And exhale to fold. Settling into a longer hold for this shape. 2 to 3 more breaths. And complete your exhale. And take your time as you walk your hands in under your shoulders. Lean to the right and swing your back leg around, seated twist. Step your left foot over your front knee. You can hug, this is your right heel closer to your left hip. Hug your left shin with your hands, lengthen your spine, sit up tall, and prepare to twist. Reach your left hand back behind you. Inhale, reach your right arm high. And as you exhale, twist, either wrap your arm around your shin. You can hook your elbow outside of your knee, or bind, right arm between your legs, left arm reaches back to clasp, left hand or wrist. So inhale to elongate, sit up tall. Exhale to twist without force, perhaps looking over your back shoulder. Complete your exhale. And then slowly untwist. Take your right hand to your left ankle, slide your foot back to stack your knees. Gomukhasana, cow face pose. We've done this before. If you remember, you can always do it on your back. You would just, same thing, have your left leg on top and your legs crisscross. Gonna add the shoulder opening today. So reach your right arm high, bend your elbow, reach behind your back, and then hold the top of your elbow with your left hand, stretching through your right tricep. Now you can stay here, or there's a bind available by taking your left arm behind you, bend your elbow, reach back to clasp. Inhale to lengthen. Option to fold as you breathe out. And as you inhale, come up. Release the clasp of your hands. Okay, so we're gonna come into a forward fold, facing the back of the mat, kind of funky. Take your hands to the right. Press into your hands, lift your hips, and spin around. Forward fold. You can take your feet kind of wide. Maybe even step your feet off of your mat. Feel free to sway through your hips, loosening up your lower back, your whole spine. Let your head drop. You can enjoy a little movement here or steadiness if you prefer. Good. And then heel toe your feet in. Walk your hands forward to come into a downward dog facing the back of your mat. Same little flow on the other side. So inhale, lift your left leg, bend your knee, open your hip. You can circle it out. You can bend and straighten your leg. And on your next exhale, pull your knee towards your outer left wrist. Take your foot across and slide your right leg long for pigeon. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to fold for about 6 breaths. Complete your exhale. And inhale, walk your hands in. Lean to the right and swing your back leg around, or sorry, lean to the left and swing your right leg around. Step your foot over your front knee for a seated twist. I always hug this left heel a little closer to my hip. It just feels more stable. Wrap your hands around your right shin to lengthen your spine. And then twist, reach your right arm back behind you. And inhale, stretch your left arm high to prepare for your twist. Either hooking, wrapping your arm around your shin, hooking your elbow outside of your knee, or binding, left arm reaches through, right arm reaches back to clasp. Now inhale, breathe length. Exhale to twist, maybe even looking over your back shoulder, your right shoulder. One more breath. And untwist. Take your left hand to your right ankle, slide your foot back to stack your knees. Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Remember, you can do this on your back. We'll add the shoulder opening, stretch your left arm high, bend your elbow, reach behind your back. And then hold the top of your elbow with your right hand, stretching through your left tricep. Slide your hand down your back. Take your elbow high, and you can gently press the back of your head into your arm. Stay here or reach right arm behind you to clasp. Inhale, lengthen. Option to fold as you exhale. Inhale, come up. Release the bind. And funky transition. Take your hands to the left. Press into your hands, pick up your hips, swivel on your feet, forward fold. Facing the front of your mat. Again, you can separate your feet wide. You can have your knees a little bent. You're welcome to sway, to loosen up your back. And then find your way towards downward facing dog. You're welcome to find steadiness here or flow through Chaturanga upward dog if you need a little more energizing today, a little more of a challenge. And just lower your knees down, sit back on your heels. And we're going to transition now into a resting pose. So you're welcome to take a seated meditation or rest on your back. And take your time as you transition to find a position that's going to be comfortable for you. You are welcome to close down your eyes or just allow your gaze to soften. Allow your breath to flow freely. You might let out a big sigh to kind of help your body and your mind let go. And sense the weight of your body now dropping into the support of the floor, the support of the ground beneath the floor. Scan your body for any last held tension and let go of what you can. Let your hips release and your shoulders relax and soften through all of the muscles of your face, jaw, and eyes. Softening through the palms of your hands, the soles of your feet. Let your limbs get heavy. And from this releasing, sense of lightness in your heart, your breath, perhaps your mind. And if slowing down causes your thoughts to speed up, that's okay. The point of meditation is not to stop your thoughts, but it's to give yourself a break and to see if you can let your thoughts go just for now. Trust that they'll come back to you when you need them. They always do. And if you have a to-do list or you're worried about something, see if you can just shift your attention back to the sensation of your body resting on the floor, the sensation of the movement of your breath. Just bringing you back to present. Maybe there's some sounds that call you into presence, birds outside your window, or even passing cars, bringing you into the here and the now. And now please rest here as long as you need to. If you are ready to transition back into your day, you can start to deepen your breath and maybe blink your eyes open and closed and start to bring some movement back into your body. Slowly stretching and waking up. And if you're resting on your back and you're ready to come up, find your way to your seat. Take your time. And if you'd like to join me, bring your palms together in front of your heart and come back to your initial intention for this practice. And see if you can continue to keep this intention as you step off of your mat and back into your day. Cultivating peace of mind or self-care or whatever you had set for your intention. Openness to whatever happens. And let's bow chin to chest and head to heart. And as you're ready, lift your gaze, open your eyes, and shift your attention back into your day. Some of you might still be resting, and that's okay.